All right. Hey, everyone. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day out there today. Wow, Bitcoin is just, it's not doing what we want it to do. We've already known this was coming for a minute here. We talked about the continuation pattern on Friday. We talked about how it wasn't going to be that great. I think it was actually Thursday the last time we talked here. But the good thing is we kind of saw this happening. It's not been great, but at least we're heading for a next level of support. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is just doing some broad level technical analysis on Bitcoin, trying to figure out where we're going to be heading next. And then from there, we're just going to be looking at some of the altcoins today, going through some of the news and seeing how the overall markets are doing. Right now, it's not just Bitcoin that fell down today. You see the NASDAQ is down, the SPY is down, the Russell's down, the Dow is down, the dollar is down. Gold is up. That's about it right now. Everything else is down quite a bit. So not too much of a shock, but I think it's important that we just kind of see what's about to happen next year, right? So thanks for watching, everybody. If you guys are looking for a new cryptocurrency exchange, I got a few listed down below. They're going to be things like Weeks, BYD, Phemex, you name it. I'm pretty much working with them at this point in time. So if you guys are looking for a new exchange, please make sure to check out my links down below. Loki is, I think, outside right now, so you guys may see him here in a little bit, but let's dive in. And apologies, I posted a lot of shorts today like I normally do, and I forgot to take off the little button that says no notifications. So a lot of you guys might not be notified that I'm actually live right now, which may make things a little bit more interesting. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get around that here, just so it makes it easier for me, because this is getting a challenge for me to try to post all the shorts while also making sure you guys are still notified of my streams, which means I may just have to hop on at a set time every day. But I don't like doing that, because my days right now, because of the holidays, have been very, very hectic, and like, just I'm streaming at 2 o'clock. I never stream at 2 o'clock, right? So anyway, happy to see all of you guys in here. Let's hop on board and look at Bitcoin. Okay, so when we zoom out on this, we talked about this last Thursday. What is this? This is a continuation trend. This is a continuation pattern. And hey, Villa, happy to see my man. And we were looking to go up for a little bit, then eventually we're going to come down and break it down. And that's basically what we're seeing today. The thing about today, though, you know, let's just point this out. There was a little bit of trickery, right? They tried to say, hey, we're going to bounce off and we're going to survive. And you know what? We didn't really survive. As soon as the market pretty much opened this morning, Bitcoin just started to flood down. The options markets, or the ETF markets, started dumping Bitcoin after Bitcoin after Bitcoin, and that really just pushed us down to that next level. So when we go here to the weekly chart, right, you can see we're breaking down, and maybe we're heading down to the next level of support here. Depending on what Fibonacci level you guys are using, there are going to be a few different levels. So the first one might be that, hey, we're going to be bouncing off of $77,000 here pretty soon, matching up some of the support we saw from way back in February, March, April of this year. And then we're going to try to bounce higher and then see some bigger moves, because by that point, maybe the 20 will be down here, the 50 will be, 50 maybe like that. But long story short, we would have come down enough and consolidated enough for us to have something of a reversal. That's going to be a hard thing to do, but at least we can have a pretty good idea that, hey, maybe we might be looking to buy around the $77,000 mark here. Let me back out a little bit more for you guys. This is just your basic Fibonacci level from the lows we saw during the 2022 inflation crisis to the highs we experienced just a few weeks ago over here back in September, before the ultimate downward slope of Bitcoin and all of our hopes and dreams being dashed before our eyes, right? And hey, well, if we, oh, the music's a little bit high. There you go. I moved it down to 23. Hopefully that works out a little bit more. Let me know if it changes. I just updated my Streamlabs software, so I think everything's going to be a little bit off for the next few days until I tweak everything out. But yeah, so the first level of support you can see right over here is around 77,000. And this is when you have fib levels based on log scale. Most of the time I turn this off just so the numbers or the lines will come up a little bit earlier. So you can see now all of a sudden it's all bunched up towards the top, where you can see we bounced here for a week, came back up, crashed back down, bounced here for basically a month, and now we're coming back down to find support here. If we were to break down below the support, chances are we're probably going to come down here to 71,000 as far as this is concerned. And so when I see these two levels, you can see one level that follows the resistance of that, the highs we saw back in March of 2024, and another one that follows the support levels we got all the way back here from March of 2025, what you could say is this: if Bitcoin keeps on going in the way it is right now, and momentum is not suggesting that we're done just yet, the stochastic is getting a little bit better, but the RSI is not, which is kind of a disappointment here. The MACD is still pretty bearish. The RSI is still pretty bearish, with only the stochastic giving us a little bit of hope right now, while the daily charts are all of a sudden turning bearish, bearish, bearish. And of course, we talked about this earlier. This turned bearish over here on Saturday, and you're seeing the real manifestation of this actually happening Sunday and Monday here today, where the profit is rolling in if you guys were able to take one of those short opportunities there. But anyway, if we were to zoom out a little bit more, what I might say is, well, why don't we just build up an order block here where I have the highs from over here in March to kind of this Fibonacci level right there. You pull this out, and that right there is most likely what I'm looking at as an opportunity for a buy zone. We may even dip down a little bit before that, but if you guys are looking for another opportunity for something of a, hey, we're bouncing off of it, I can buy when we're crashing and burning, and then I can hold for a couple weeks and wait to get some easy money, that would probably be your best bet. In terms of buying and anticipating something of a larger move, I'm just not really sure how I could work with that right now. And that's primarily because the longer term charts are still pretty bearish here, right? The monthly chart is bearish on the MACD, the monthly stochastic is bearish, and the monthly RSI is bearish. Everything right now is bearish, 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 after having divergence that's been going on for quite a bit of time for the RSI here. So maybe when I start to see these things bottom out or things look a little bit better, maybe I'll feel a little bit more excited. But the goal of this month, if you guys are thinking about the long-term trajectory of Bitcoin and long-term price action, our big move is, are we going to be able to hold on to the 20-month moving average? Typically, when we break through it, there are some pretty big candles that happen. Doesn't look like a lot, but you can see from open to close, we were up around 12% for that month. The swing on that month was all the way up here around 27%. The swing on this month right here was about 16%, and the overall open close was around like 12% there as well. This was a crazier time just because of exchanges, but you can see right here, again, some pretty volatile times when you break around and we mess around with those markets. Right now, we don't have a massive swing, but the way we're going, we might possibly by the end of the month be down in the 70s, which would be, it'd be terrible, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. I think you would see a lot of people finally start to buy back into Bitcoin here and possibly see a massive rally going into January. We only got about, 15, 16 days until this month is over. So just be a little bit skeptical of what you guys are seeing out there in the market. I know we already talked about the continuation pattern on Thursday, but I just want to let you guys know, like, there's a reason why I just tell you guys this stuff, and these are such long-term patterns that we just kind of have to wait to see if they manifest or not. But right now, I still think day trading is going to be your best bet. It's just that if we kind of go back in hindsight here and see when everything started to turn bullish, as far as like, hey, here's opportunities for day trading if you guys want to go long, it was really back when the stochastic and the RSI finally went bullish. Now, the stochastic went bullish all the way back over here November 20th. That was a while, but the stochastic went bullish around the 20th of November, while it took the 24th for the RSI to turn bullish. And typically we need both of those to turn green before we start to do our smaller day trades. So if we go back in time here, go back over to the 24th, right? There is when you had opportunities for super trends and other type of stuff to say, hey, I want to buy in here, have some fun, make some money. And so only after that are you looking for some easy trades. Then on top of that, you really had like two resistance levels here. One right there from that candle before it started to drop, and you almost had like an order block where you didn't want to really buy too much into this zone. You could have, there were some opportunities, not going to lie, but for my peace of mind, it's not something I would typically be doing. So if I go over here to something like a 4-hour chart, right, and I pull out the handy dandy super trend. So this is the 4-hour chart. You can see right there, hit the first level of resistance. You had a few hours of easy money where you guys could have been doing a long on Bitcoin with leverage, or because you knew Bitcoin was going to go high, you could be doing a long on altcoins as well and making that money. Back over here, same type of thing. Again, are you going to take this trade? Probably not, because it's so close to resistance, but at least through this you had a new level of resistance right there. So it could have made things a little bit easier, but still kind of stressful if you guys were looking at the 4-hour charts. Then of course, yesterday we had this one coming in, and it's been working out quite well for us, just like this one worked out for us a few hours as well. What was that? 4, 8, yeah, 12 hours. Nah, that's not bad. Going over to the 1 hour though, that seemed to be the sweet spot here for most people. All right, so this one ended up working out okay. We never really hit the resistance levels. Bought right here, it dipped back down. No stop loss hit. Rallied higher. A little bit of an issue, I would say, about buying that high and not maybe buying over here. But again, what were we talking about? This is when everything turned to kind of green. This one over here didn't work because it was up against the big level of resistance. And this one right here worked, and it actually had a nice few hours for you to make a move. This one over here moved for a few hours, ran up against levels of resistance. You can see that one right there kind of reestablishing itself. This one right here blowing up. You only really had 1 hour of holding that one, so maybe you missed it. I probably wouldn't have taken that one. And of course here things were getting too choppy, so you got to be a little bit more aware just because the daily chart was rolling over. But yeah, so there was a few opportunities, not as many as you would like, but that's why we typically try to stay on the 4-hour chart, because you can kind of see the grand scheme of things here, right? You could buy right here, sell right here. I know some people want to buy right here and sell right there. That's a whole different strategy. That's a whole different level of Fibonacci's we were looking at, right? Then you got one over here where you bought over here, you sold over here. That was working out pretty well for you too. When did you buy on this one? Yeah, right here, right? So not perfect, but it was okay. And it wasn't really that great, primarily because the majority of the momentum was pushing us down, not up. If everything in this was pointing up, right, like all of this was going up as well, then all of a sudden we can be much more aggressive. But we're not aggressive. This is why, to say it one last time here, we talked about this being a continuation pattern, and we'll know if we have a larger breakout, but this momentum is so strong here, that odds are we're going to keep on coming down here. Now, hopefully, if we come down, we kind of go sideways down. There's no really major crashes and stuff like that. That gives us an opportunity to kind of find some buyers that are willing to come in at these levels, hold the market up, and then eventually push the market higher. But for now, they're just not there, and everybody's a little bit spooked because they're not there. So that's kind of the gist of what's happening with Bitcoin right now. And hey, success. Should I put more money in there right now? I'm not really doing that right now. What I do during these times where I'm kind of more concerned about the overall market sentiment, what I'll do is I'll pull out my handy dandy 150 weekly moving average, which that is not it. Is that it? No, that's the 100. We are bouncing off the 100 moving average too. And I'll typically start to buy heavy when we're down below that, that orange line that just popped up, right? That's typically where I'm going to be buying a little bit lower. You can buy right now if you wanted to. They'd be small dollar cost averages, of course. But for me, I typically wait till we're down below that. And I'm still holding a lot of assets I bought way back over here. So I'm in no hurry. If you don't really have many assets and you're looking to buy some, you can. I would just say I'm not really looking to spend a whole bunch of money right now unless you're doing small dollar cost averages over the next 3 months. I think anything you do right now has to be part of like a 3 to 4 month plan, just because this market is like, it's not like an easy money market. You have to be so much more strategic. And that strategy is going to like kill people, because if you don't time the market right, you're going to see yourself down 4, 5, 6%. You're just not going to be very happy. Like, you know, that Robinhood account I have, I took out that $10 because I just never used it. I'm going to put more in next month. But basically I invested, here we go. When we're down about 6.5% today, right? Vera is down 9% today. QBTS is down 8. KN is down 1. OSS is down 8. Right? A lot of nasty moves because tech is coming down heavy today. You have to be able to adjust for this and be like, okay, that's fine. Yada yada yada. We'll keep on going higher down the road. If you're buying right now, you're not playing months in the future. You're kind of buying. You're planning like a year out in the future, unless, yeah. Then when you want to do something like week to week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even a month, you have to be watching these big support levels. Like right now, the big support level is that new order block we just drew right here, which covers the resistance from all the way back over here in March of 2024 and the support all the way back over here from this previous March and April from the Liberation Day tariff news cycle, which just caused everybody to panic. And that's a Fibonacci level right here, and there's another Fibonacci level right there. Pretty close, so you just made those two into an order block, so you can see we're probably going to end up hitting that level, and that's probably where I'll be buying. If you want to take a little bit more of a risk and you're okay with it, you can definitely put a little bit in right now, a little bit later on, and that's perfectly fine. I do that quite a bit. I'm just not in the mindset of trading this too much. I like to see some bounce off support, the daily charts being bullish, then I can do some short-term trading, make my money, and run, and then go back to waiting on the sidelines like I am right now. Or if you wanted to, I wasn't doing anything yesterday at the house, so I wasn't here for the trade. If you pull up the super trend here, you notice that the daily charts turned bearish right over here on Saturday, right? So if you had any bearish signals come after Saturday, you could have taken advantage of them. And one of the ones we saw right here was this right there at Sunday at 12 a.m. Now, it went up, but it didn't hit your stop loss, which would have been here or here, right? Went down, popped back up, and now you're making some money off of that super trend. Just like over here, you made a little bit of money off of it. So people like me, you know, you can see there's a level of support here. You already know this is a continuation pattern, which should push you down even further. So maybe I would take this and I might just sell right here and be done with my position. It's not the largest position. You know, that's a position of like 1.5%. Times that by 10x leverage though, 20x leverage though, I'm going to be satisfied with that. But if I would have held a little bit longer, that's like 3.5%, 4%, 4 times 10, that's 40%. That's a lot better than what, you know, I'd be expecting. So there's different ways of playing it. But you know me, I like to just take my money and run. I hate having open positions in the market because I'm an addict in terms of not like needing to win and like it's like the same with everything, like YouTube, everything. I like to check my data. Like all the time, I like to go over here to YouTube on my phone, and I like to go to analytics, and I'll go right over here to see more, and I'll just be like, okay, what videos are seeing people like come in and watch my channel? Like, what is this? What shorts are making or are being watched right now? Right? I just put a bunch in there. This one did pretty well yesterday. This one did pretty well. What's happening? How they doing? Or what do you call? What type of videos are doing well right now? Oh yeah, just my normal tutorials and stuff like that. How's it? You know, how's it looking here? Because this one seems to be getting more views than normal. Oh, I remember I did something there, and my brain goes off on wild tangents. So what I like to do in order to mitigate that, because like again, I have heavy ADHD. What I'll typically do is just take that short here, take my profit there, and be done with it. And then I usually feel relieved because you see how we kind of bounce back up. That's a like, whew, thank God I did that when I did. And then, you know, it could still come down, but I'm so happy because I walked away with my money. So there's just different ways of planning it out. But if you can plan it out, it's been working pretty well. The super trend is probably one of the easiest indicators out there. I'll be making some tutorials here pretty soon. I'm working with Opus Clip right now, and they're about to give me the ability to make about, I think, 100 shorts per day. Now, am I going to use 100 shorts per day? No. But I'm going to be teaching you guys base topics on there that I think you guys will like using Agent Opus. So, like, what is a stock? What is a double top pattern? What is a double bottom pattern? Using animations and motion graphics that I myself just don't have the talent to make. So you having AI kind of put my vision forward in a way that I can use it as a tool to educate you guys would be absolutely fantastic. And hey, Gambit, happy to see my man. I closed my short before that sell-off. What do you call it? It can be hard because you have to time it pretty well here. The only thing that would have probably kept me in that short is the fact that the daily charts were turning bearish there. And hey, CT, happy to see you, my man. Hope you're doing well. Same with you, Gambit. Wait a second. Oh, there, yeah. All right, there we go. Sorry, I didn't see your head the second time, Gambit. I thought you were somebody else. I was like, what? It's clear on my front account. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the CT made sense, but I just want to make sure. Dude, I'm doing good. I'm tired, man. I'm just tired. I went to the gym today. I've been working a lot. I'm trying to get ready to take these holidays pretty easily. All I want to do for the holidays is really just stream with you guys. That's the goal here. And so I'm getting ready for a massive video boost that I'm going to be doing with you guys. So it's going to be this two-pronged move where I have tutorials for you guys that come out every other day. And I'm wondering, maybe it should be every 3 days, but maybe for the first 2 weeks I'll do every other day. Then after that, every 3 days. That way I just have a little bit of backlog of content to go. But it'll probably every 3 days because I have to edit these videos. So I'm going to record a video that takes about half an hour to an hour. I'm going to do light editing on top. And by light editing, I mean a slight zoom in when I'm talking. And then if I talk about something on the screen, I may add an animation to it. I'll say, hey, I'm talking about this thing right here, the little arrow. I'm just not entirely sure. It'll be very, very basic editing. It will not be anything extreme. So you can imagine, let's say 1 video every 3 days just for now, because I'll probably end up doing that anyway. And it'll be a tutorial. So it'll be smart money concepts, RSIs, super trends, stochastics, how to draw order blocks onto your charts. Very basic stuff, right? But in a very detailed video manner. After that, we're working with Agent Opus. And Agent Opus is something that's absolutely insane. So Agent Opus basically, Warren Buffett. So basically, it's all AI short form video, but I can create the script from it, and I basically put my voice over it. So it has animations that I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I don't know how to do any of that. Don't know any of that. None of that stuff I can do really. So this will do everything, but I'll control the script. So what I'm working with ChatGPT right now, so it's kind of like an AI fair, is what are the most commonly asked questions that I can have this do? Because this is AI and it's like a new thing, it can't really do the it can't really do let me see if I can find the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, it can't really do complicated topics. Like this one is about smart money concepts, okay? What's this? Oh, photo of the day. I hooked up my Google. I was going through all my old Google photos. Bro, I look completely different. But you see how everything's not really fitting in there, like it's supposed to say a change of character and some other stuff and break a structure. Well, it doesn't have it because it's meant into this fill mode where it takes the photo and it kind of zooms it in, so it takes up the entire space. Where if you look at the rest of my shorts here, like go back over here. You'll see how this one, I squeeze it to be smaller. I'm okay with it being smaller as long as you guys can see everything on the page. I almost wish I could rotate it to the side here, right? Rotate it to the side. But I feel like YouTube wouldn't like that anyway, so probably best not to do that. But yeah, so there's that. And so I'm going to be using ChatGPT along with Agent Opus to make you guys some clean tutorials on just the very basic stuff. Most of you guys will be past this, like, what is an ascending triangle? Most of you guys will have already understood that. But for those people who are trying to learn right now, they will also have some content from me as and then for like some of the more advanced stuff, I'll be doing this stuff too for you guys. I like the videos, but like this stuff, YouTube is such a weird thing. I think because I talk about so much stuff on my channel as far as the news and stuff. This is why I was talking about before. I can't do it anymore. Like YouTube punishes me for making news content. So if I make a video like AI stock set to explode or Bitcoin might move up this week or something like that, it doesn't like me doing that because the thing that it knows I'm the best at would be technical analysis tutorials, right? That's why I get like a few 100,000 there, 100,000 there, 60,000, 40,000, 30,000, 20,000, whatever. It's all tutorials. So I have to say, hey, YouTube wants me to make tutorials. I'm going to make tutorials. So that's what I'm going to do. And I've been tweaking everything to kind of fit more with this AI stuff. And we'll see how this works out. This video was posted 90 days ago. I was just getting back into it before I gave up again. I didn't give up, but man, it's hard to make custom trading setups. It's very hard for me to do that. People don't make custom trading setups anymore. What they do is they just say they made something. How does this? I make custom trade setups that actually work for a specific thing, like Bitcoin or Nvidia or whatever. I don't make broad claims about stuff without being able to prove it to you guys with backtesting that it's not going to work, right? So instead of doing a bunch of strategies, it'll be or smart money over how to set up smart money concepts. That'll be the title. And what does every button mean? We do that one. Next one is how to use order blocks and smart money concepts. How to use premium zones on smart money concepts. how to use fair value gaps and smart money concepts, right? So it'll be specifics built on top of the overall video, which will be pretty cool. And I'm hoping this brings me some more views. Last 28 days, you can see the views have been trending up a little bit, which I think is good. It's a slow trend, but it's a trend. My subscribers have gained like a lot more subscribers last few days, 15% more views, 18% more watch hours, not really much money. That's okay. It's not really about the money because typically I like when people like use my affiliate codes and stuff like that. Like if they buy smart money concepts, I make like probably a few bucks off of that. I forget how much I make off of that, but I think I got a payment for like say 80 bucks, 90 bucks, something like that a few weeks ago. So it's a few people that buy it every month, not a lot. But point being, it's everything going forward except for the stream. It's only going to be tutorial content. Members, they will get other stuff because it's members videos. Excuse me, like December 8th, I posted, is this another Bitcoin trap? And I was basically saying, yeah, we're kind of in a bearish trend here. And then I talk about this 11th, a few days ago, to kind of confirm what we talked about here. Yeah, we already knew the market was coming down. Doesn't it feel great? Right? So there's lots of little stuff we can get in here. But I probably won't do videos like this one. Although I loved making this video. I think what I need to do is make another channel for it. Because people are searching for it right now. It's actually ranking in search when it wasn't last week. So maybe it'll kind of tick up a little bit. But as you guys know, because my content is all over the place, YouTube doesn't know how to promote it and which audience to promote it to. So that's why I'm saying when it comes to some of this content that I've been making over the past few weeks. This one was September 1st. Yeah, like this one. Starts off slow. Like the first 4 days, it only had less than 600 views, right? Now you can see it's moving and humming and getting better by each day, right? But the first few days, man, it's just like, it took 14 days to get to 1,000 views. 14 days. Now, most of my videos are like that, not gonna lie. But if I can figure out a way to get around it, that should be fine. I don't know where this external stuff is coming from, though. External. Oh, so like Google's, people are searching for it on Google, I suppose. And see, my views are coming from ChatGPT, YouTube. Why is YouTube external? The Coiners, ChatGPT.com. So AI is pushing it. And I've been doing AI work like I've been talking about to really focus in on those views. Because, you know, it's called AEO. But like, let me see. Smart Money Concepts, Luxago. If I go over to here, does my video pop up? I'm not entirely sure. There's one from the beginning of the year. Oh, yeah. Yeah. 3 of the top videos. I'm actually, on Google, I'm outranking Luxalgo's the own video. I'm kind of cool with that. And you see the short videos, mine's right there. There's Borsa, there's Luxalgo, but mine's are there. So I take up half the space on these ones, and I take up 3/4 of the space on this one. Go to view all, right? 1, 2, 3. There's Luxalgo. Oh, wait. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Luxalgo has 5. I have 6. Tom has 7. I have 9, 10, 11. See what I'm doing? Like, I'm building myself up a huge catalog that nobody's talking about right now because I know this is the way that the system has to go. So basically my goal is to plug exchanges in all of these and plug little affiliate links like, you know, Smart Money Concepts, like plug Luxalgo, plug my exchange sponsors, and get signups for all of that type of stuff and see how it goes. But I've had to build all this workflow for the past few weeks. I've been like so busy doing that, and I've just been like super stressed. I've almost been so stressed I thought about going back on my ADHD medication, but I really don't want to go on it again until I think I go to Christmas or something like that. Let me know if you want any help with editing, Mike. I'm getting better. I'll let you know. Right now, I'm just using Agent Opus because I'm also like in a partnership with them and I'm testing out their product. Pretty soon, though, this is going to say 100 instead of 2 and be like, thank God. Also, hit me up, email me, whatever, if you ever want to try some of this stuff out. It's a pretty cool system here. I mean, I feel like people like you that are editing, they're going to be using stuff like this for the help the workflow, AI. But I think Adobe is probably just going to like package some of this stuff into their system to make it easier. I just feel like they're going to charge an arm and a leg for it, but I feel like everybody's going to charge an arm and a leg for it. It's going to be weird. You should set up a WAP in Discord for actual custom setups, in my opinion. What is a WAP? WHOP. What is a WAP? I have a Discord. I just couldn't maintain it. Discords, I like them, but oh, I probably shouldn't show you that page. That's that partner Discord one. They talk about all types of YouTube stuff. Uh, yeah, I have one. I just, and there's a moderator manifesto in there right now, or he's on Discord right now. It's just that it's very hard to police because like people can come in there and they can do a spam post and somebody tells me and I remove it, right, maybe a few hours later, whatever, but spam post. But what I can't control is them saying, hey, look at Villaret on here, let me go over here and text something to Villaret saying, hey, I'm Michael Whitman and I have this great plan for you to make $1 billion. All I need is for you to give me 5,000 and this thing's going to work out. And because they have trust in me as the YouTuber, they believe the scammer, they give the scammer the money. And I just hate that, right? And there's other people's I go into, like I'm in Lux Algos here. I usually just talk in this one in terms of like, hey, what questions do you guys have so I can make a tutorial? Haven't done it for a minute. I don't know if I'm in Tom Crown's group anymore. I don't think I am. I really trimmed down a lot of my stuff. I'm in Bitcoin Live just because I talk with Chaz a lot. Me and him are buddies. Um, yeah, I don't really use Discord as much as I used to, I would say. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't want to manage it. Right? It's like it's extremely hard work for me to do that, and it's very tedious work, which really hurts my head, which is something I don't want to do there, right? WAP is a way to get a Discord server access via paid access, like a subscription. Mine is $1 a month, but it's got more value directly offered. I can help with the Discord that too if you want. Let me know. I would delete and delete and delete. Yeah, exactly, right? There's just so many deletions going on, so it is what it is. I don't want to make a paid Discord right now. I don't feel like I need to be doing that. But maybe starting in the new year, I'll set up a new Discord. Um, and then once it's set up within my videos, I'll say, hey, I'll have like a little animation. I won't say anything. Discord link in the comments down below or something like that, which would be pretty cool. Yeah, brother, I manage servers. I got you. I appreciate it, man. Hit me up on Twitter or email or something like that. Doesn't matter. We'll make a plan for the new year. Yeah, it's very overwhelming, and I hate Discord. I hate the management part of Discord. I'm not capable of doing it, and I don't want to be capable of doing it. It just hurts my head to worry about it. Like I was talking with my therapist a couple weeks ago, and I was really honing in on what's in my brain, what's going on with it, like so I can kind of like because I've been talking about how it's like things have been good in some aspects, but I've been stressed in other aspects. And part of it is I've been feeling really good about myself lately because I've been going to the gym twice a day. I'm like losing weight where I can actually see I'm losing weight. Um, but then at the same time, like I feel like I'm just always busy and I don't have that kind of relaxing time I used to. So I'm like, how can I kind of fit all this stuff in together? Because I haven't been going out to smoke as much. I just haven't been going to see my friends as much. Um, Most of the time I go out and see a friend, it's been no, I've been seeing friends. It's just that like when I see friends, I feel like it's more overwhelming than it has been in the past. Because I got a bunch of stuff. Like let me see what let me see if I can pull this up. Um, there you go. I'm usually pretty transparent with you guys. I don't care about people knowing about my health and stuff like that because it is what it is. Um, it's called severe execution dysfunction. It's like a form of ADHD, I suppose. Poor task initiation, sustained focus. So again, I have trouble with that. I have anhedonic depression, chronic central fatigue, and then secondary cognitive anxiety. All right. It's a weird mix, but thank God I got like YouTube and trading to do my job because Bro, I don't know if I can survive in like regular corporate America anymore after like not being there for a few years. Completely insane. Reach out X. All right, appreciate it. I'll look for the message on X. But if any of you guys have any questions on Bitcoin, I mean, let me know, guys. We've been talking about this for a minute. We talked about this for days. The members that, you know, in here in the chat, you guys have already known it. It's a continuation pattern. We saw this coming. I wish it was like, oh my God, I'm happy I was wrong. We ended up going up to like $105,000. You know, oh, here you guys go. You guys can see Loki. Hey, Loki. Hello. Yeah. Oh, you're wet. The door outside's open so he can play outside a little bit. Will he come back up? Where's Loki at? Oh, he has to go get his toy. But yeah, so I think overall things in the market are fine. We're not seeing any catastrophic drops down, but you can definitely see there's some selling pressure going on, and that selling pressure is what's really driving everybody crazy. Come here, Loki. He just got his. I just washed his toy up, so it's all nice and clean for now. Come on. Yeah. Can I see the toy? 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 Yep. There you go. Oh, yeah, he already got it dirty again. You can't tell that it's dirty, but it's already dirty. I like putting it sideways so he has to think about it a little bit more. Yeah. Is my X in my description? Possibly. I don't know. It could be I don't even know if that's the right username for my X. I might have changed it since then. Let me pop up on here very fast. I think I have like old X accounts. Yeah, it's Whitman Analysis. It's at Whitman Analysis. Oop, I don't care about the Dolphins versus the Steelers. Rob Reiner, Charlie Kirk. Damn, there's just a bunch of stuff being talked about. Say Mike Pence, President of the United States, POTUS. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, Whitman Analysis right there. Tap the like for Loki Gang. I appreciate it. Current level of support and resistance, thanks. Right now, the resistance is still the same resistance we had a few days ago. It's all the way back up here around $94,000. The support, you got to zoom out a little bit more here. And it's pretty much this order block that goes all the way back over here from the highs we saw of March of 2024 to the lows we pretty much saw back over here in March of 2025. There's a nice order block right there. It's also the difference between two Fibonacci levels. So if you put the Fib levels back over here from the lows of 2022 to the highs we just experienced a few months ago, and you flip around between Fib levels based on log scale, on and off. Oh, yeah. There you go. You can see it right there. You can see that the line comes right here at the top part, right? And this one, right, flips right there, the green one. Oh, I should actually expand that down a little bit. This is basically what I'm looking at in terms of my next buying opportunity here if we're not able to hold this level of support around $84,000. Right now we're at 86. I doubt we're going to hold 84 if the market keeps on coming down like this. And part of the reason, if we're just going to be a little bit more frank, is the stock market is just having issues, right? The weekly charts have been bearish for the last few weeks. We're going to see if they hold or not, but they've been bearish. And just like Bitcoin here, the monthly charts are starting to show a little bit of bearish right here. So, you know, that's one of the reasons when I was explaining to you guys a few weeks ago during my AI stock video, this is one of the things I was talking about. I like AI stocks and I like how volatile they are, especially the low risk ones. But like, if you can't handle it dropping 40 or 50 or 60%, do not buy them, right? I could see the market topping off right now and going down for the next few months and whenever we have a little bit of a bearish activity. Nothing crazy. We had it back over here from the tariffs. Maybe we'll have something similar to this. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it'll be something of a weird little dip like this where we just got really choppy for a minute and then we kept on going higher. Whatever. If we start dipping down between the stochastic and the RSI, that's enough for me to be like, okay, I got to be ready to have some money because over the next few months, I'm going to be looking to buy up a lot of assets. Specifically because all the big, growth stuff that I like to buy, You guys already know that stuff can come down in a freaking heartbeat. I mean, the easiest and the low hanging fruit is Meta. During the 2022 move, Meta fell down like 77%, turned bearish right. What is this? This 1st of December? Right here, this little green candle. I mean, just coming down. And before that, we had the stochastic and the RSI already be bearish right there, right? So it is what it is. There, we had some few instances of bearishness here, but this didn't turn bearish. We had bearish here and here, and you can see. I mean, we only really had 1 month of bad come out of it, and you can see right there we bounced off the 20 major support level. Right now, we're trying to hold on to the 20 again. But typically, we just bounce off of it once before we start having to do some issues with it. Bounce off once, have an issue. This time, we bounced off twice before having an issue. I would say COVID is kind of a different type of thing. But yeah, I'm starting to see the stock market roll over to you. So I'm just not as confident about the market right now. And trading in this type of market environment where everything's pretty much going sideways, it's very difficult. It's very, very, very difficult. Like, you can do it, but you have to be disciplined and you can't be looking for the easy money. That's why I always pull up like a what's something that most people probably know about, like Google. Okay. So if we go off the two oscillators here that I care about, you have April, and then you got over here May. So pretty much we turned bullish back over here in May. And if you wanted all three to be working for you, you could say, hey, we went bullish back over here, whatever. But anywhere off of those, you're fine. And then you go over to something like a daily chart, and you look for the super trends, right? Okay, you buy your super trend, you have a technical breakout or something like that, whatever it could be. You see the daily chart, you have a crossover right here, right there. Well, probably not going to be using that right now because we're not looking at the 4-hour charts, but you can see these super trends afterwards have been pretty darn useful. Now you go over to the 4-hour chart. Again, it's going to be a little bit more confusing with all these after hours moves. But right here, boom, ran up to resistance, got soft for a little bit, but hey, you bought right there. You could even say you bought it the morning of, right? Like say like you bought it somewhere around here, 150, 160, whatever. You rode that 160 up to resistance, which happened to be 165, which in this case, I guess, topped out at like 167 or so. But you can just see right here during the market day, 165, and you bought around 159, 160. That $5 move is enough for a lot of investors that are trading large amounts of capital. For you, you might have just had to buy some options that expire out in like 3 weeks' time. Maybe they're in the money, maybe they're outside the money, you naked calls, whatever. But that trade worked out for you, okay? And of course, it ride much higher if you wanted it to. But if you just wanted to take your money and run, or take your money scale out bit by bit, you have the opportunity as well. This one right here, you bought right here, ran up to your level of resistance, took a couple days, took 1 day, but you hit it and you're good. Now it went a little bit higher, but was that worth the risk of all that craziness that happened afterwards? I would say no. So again, you take your money and you run. Back over here. Again, these trades aren't taking forever. Like they're basically like holding for resistance was right there. This was 3 days time. Why is that 3 days time right there? Oh, it was a weekend. This one right here, bought over here in the middle of the market open. You got level of resistance right there. You got level of resistance right there. Zoom out. Which one kind of feels more important? Probably this one over here. Yeah. And so you probably sell right there. And you take that $5 profit off of that. Or if you wanted to take something smaller, you could say you took that 348 profit, 2%, still 2%. And you could play that. And again, you could play this up here. Well, actually, this one's interesting. This one's at a big level of resistance, so you might actually take it. You might wait for the breakout, so you have to wait until after the breakout, and then you kind of ride that wave. And I'm pretty sure, oh God, if you ride that wave from here, I won't stay on this topic too much longer, but you ride that wave from like here, your next level of resistance looked like it was kind of coming from over there. So yeah, you had some leeway to go into there. You can see how the support kind of lasted over there. Afterwards, but yeah, there's lots of ways you could play this market right now. But now that we're, over here, it still works out, you know. It's just that now you have to, everything's so choppy that the resistance levels become much more complicated. So this one didn't really work out enough for you to be happy because it never really ran into the next level of resistance. This one, all within after hours, it ran into resistance and closed back down. So you could have, well, you probably, if that's the case, you probably would have bought right there, had a stop loss right here. That one could have worked out for you, but again, you're probably selling this right there or maybe higher right there. Because of the way I trade, it's a little bit more complicated for me and how I like to do this type of stuff. Not as accurate as you get over here. But yeah, there's tons of ways to do these trades. Now, I don't like to do Tesla, but that one didn't really do anything. It did a little bit, but not a lot. That one did a little bit right there. I like that one. This one did fine. This one at resistance levels, really not doing too much, but enough. That one did that. No, this one didn't do anything. That one was fine. That one was fine. Ooh, nope, that one didn't do anything of merit. This one was fine. And that one was fine. Oh, yeah, God, you buy right there, though. That's... Oh, it didn't hit your stop loss, I suppose, so technically it worked, but Jesus. That one didn't work out. Tesla's like the least accurate thing for me to trade. It's so crazy. The people that buy and trade Tesla are not rational investors, like Apple investors. So it's much more complicated for my systems to work on it. But that's just simple momentum, figuring out, hey, we're bullish right now. The bullish trends are happening. Let's pop on the super trend and follow the super trend and see what happens. That's not even using patterns or using Fibonacci levels or using like Elliott waves or using anything extremely complicated, right? But those are certain companies, right? Like Google, Apple, the really big tech ones, a lot more fun. AMD is a little bit more complicated, just like Tesla for me. I don't like to trade it all too much, although that one seemed to have really good move. This one, a big level of resistance, you're not really buying it. You could buy the technical breakout if you wanted to, and then hope for something of, I guess this is all-time highs, isn't it? If you have a technical breakout right there, you could try to trade that one because everything is still green while you're having the breakout, which is another excuse to buy. But you probably would have had to do something like this and be like, where's the one level? There's the one level. You have to sell right there. It went higher, but was it worth it? No, not really. Don't know why I'm burping so much because I'm drinking so much water. I made myself last night. I had some leftovers today. Homemade tortillas, homemade salsa from scratch. I got a bunch of peppers in my pantry. Like I got like 20 different Mexican peppers in my pantry, all dried out and beautiful. Made some really spicy salsa because I forgot to take out all the peppers, all the seeds, excuse me. And then I made some chicken, grilled it all up. Oh, it was perfect. My tortillas were not as flat as I would have liked them to be because I don't have a tortilla press. I use my hands, so they're kind of more like pupusas, but beautiful, delicious, all the same. There we go. Put this back on the 15 so we can see kind of how this is working out for us. Oh. Did something I wasn't supposed to do, but I'll worry about that later on. Even here, see, 15, it's working out okay. You know. The other thing is you got the support levels here, but the momentum is forcing you to go through those support levels. Yeah. There's complicated times. These are the hard times. I want to stress that. Like I was showing all that. This is the hard times right now. It's a lot easier like those few months ago when I showed you Google when everything was going fine. It's easier to trade during that. Right now you just have a lot more choppy signals and you can't afford to be greedy. You just can't afford to be greedy right now. That's the crux of it all. You can't afford to be greedy right now, and it really sucks because we're all greedy by just being in the markets, right? So I think it's better just to play it safe. When you got an opportunity, you take it. And what's great about the Bitcoin opportunities is when Bitcoin shows you it wants to go higher on, you get the momentum and you get a super trend or whatever, you could apply that same move to, okay, if Bitcoin's going higher, I'm going to invest in some altcoins because altcoins are going to go higher. And altcoins, you don't have to put the same risk involved because the volatility is the risk itself. So Bitcoin goes up 2%, you have a 10x leverage, you make 20%. Well, the altcoin can go up 10% in that same time, and you only have like 5x leverage, right? It's just a little bit easier. Of course, you're going to have all the stop losses and everything, but in my opinion, I just like having multiple streams of trading income at the same time. Yeah, no worries, Topper and Cap to help you. What indicator do you use or recommend for order blocks that is accurate? The easiest one is always going to be Smart Money Concepts by Lux Algo. It's a free indicator out there. There's tons of different tools out there that have order blocks, but I've always just liked the ability to adjust what I want to see and what I don't want to see. The only issue, like I primarily will draw my own order blocks, and the only real reason for that is let me pull up a naked chart here or a clean chart. So right now, this is a 30-minute chart for Luxal. This is a 30-minute chart that has nothing on it. This is Bitcoin's chart, okay? If I go over here and I turn this on, you can see how the order blocks already squished it down a little bit. I don't like having a squished down chart like that. I don't know why. I just don't like it. I like having it look the way it was before the order blocks came in there, right? So I like that. I like that. That squishes it down just a little bit too much because it has to keep that natural what's it called? Margin. It has to keep that margin, right? See, I've got 3 now. It kind of keeps it up a little bit more, but I like that typical 10. But I want the candles to have that, not the actual indicator to be part of that equation. So when I draw my order block on here, right? Don't worry about that being a real order block. Just drawing it on there. See how it doesn't affect the overall movement. It's a very nitpicky thing. Don't worry about it. But that's why I do my own order blocks. But Smart Money Concepts is fine. It's a good one. Because you can go over here and you could decide if you want swing ones or you want internal order blocks, and you can kind of lower them down a little bit. And if you lower them down, then it kind of adjusts it. I prefer to have a few swings and a few internals. But you see how it just kind of shrinks it down. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. That's a TradingView thing, though, not a Lux Algo thing. Usually ATR is the way you want to go anyway. Nobody ever uses cumulative mean range, to be honest. And high-low, I go close sometimes. They changed this up, which is why I need to make a new video on it. But yeah, so there's different ways of playing around with it. Oh, I should probably not delete it. I should probably just hide it. There we go. But yeah, Smart Money Concepts is going to be your best one. Also, you get to change how thick those order blocks are in terms of like transparency, which is pretty nice. Check Pippin. Let me see. Well, at least something's moving higher today, man. There we go. Did I zoom? Oh, that's why I zoomed in. That's why everything feels so freaking off. 15-minute chart. This thing is popping off. It seems like it's up 18% today. 18.65. All the momentum has been good on the daily chart since it looks like November 24th. The first 2 popped off. No, yeah, pretty much November 24th. This thing has been moving ever since. All the bullish indicators have been there. Now, you're at all-time highs. That's going to make everything a little bit more complicated. I could say for now, let's see if we can do 2 things. This is the level of resistance we've been hitting for the past few days, it looks like, obviously. That's important. But I would probably say because of that, we might have to adjust this a little bit, see what else we can learn from it. Nothing else? Nope. Okay, perfect. And I really haven't been. It hasn't been the best thing with this one so far, actually. I mean, you might see a little bit of resistance up here on 47 cents or so. The 4 hours building up again. The last time the 4 hour built up, you had a few good hours of movement. Breaking out on top of it. The crossover for this one was all the way back over here. This has been so choppy. This would scare the crap out of me right here. Yeah, I think you have an opportunity, but I wouldn't be going gung-ho into it. If you're holding it already, I think you have confidence to continue holding it. Your stop loss is really all the way down here around 30 cents, up here to maybe 33 cents. you're really letting this thing go because it just has a lot of momentum right now. And if it decides to have a crazy move down or something like that, so be it. You've been holding it for a while, so you deserve to kind of make sure you've locked in those profits. Yeah. But I like this one. Let me see. This thing came online back in January. What happened back here in October? That's just, I guess, that's the day everything fell down, right? That was a rough time for us all. Hmm. On the 4 hour chart, you had a little bit of a buy signal here. I just don't know how to think about it when it's turning choppy like that, right? Not bad though. The trend is still high, which is good. Oh yeah, look at that chop. Wow. This is going up by pure will right now. I mean, they're having a blast with this one. What's the market cap is what is the market cap on this? It doesn't say it. $407 million. Oh, okay. I think that does well for this one. That means this one can keep on going higher because it's not going to take a lot of money to really push this up more. But in terms of those Fibonacci levels, what really sucks is you have to use this one from way back over here during the crazy crash we had. That next level, yeah, around 47 cents, 47.5. It honors them for the most part. When did this thing start? Over here. Okay, didn't honor these two. Honor that one, honor that one, honor that one. Yeah, just watch out around 47 cents or so. That might be a nice opportunity to start scaling out if you want to. All right. That's the one everyone that's bandwagoning into Pippin. And hey, Ken, going to 73. As far as Bitcoin's concerned, the next level of support's around 84. After that, if we fall back down, we'll probably fall back down between $77,000 and $70,763. That's going to be the big order block to look at. Anywhere in here, I'll be buying up because the chances are, like within the next few weeks of us dipping down here, whatever, we'll have another lower high in the scheme of things where we just keep on going lower. But we will buy, sell, make our money, run, and then pay back all the layaways or whatever that stuff is, credit card debt. Sorry, I went to the pawn shop the other day and a lady said we have layaway, and it reminded me that I've never gotten anything laid like a layaway thing before. I forgot what layaway was. I just remember it was something I think you could do at Kmart back in the day. Now I think it's credit cards, credit cards, credit cards. Mm-mm. But yeah, guys, it was fun chilling with you guys. I'll be back tomorrow here. I may even stream a little bit later on tonight, but I got to go take a nap or something because I have one more workout today. And then I think tonight I'm going to start making a video for you guys. It'll be a Smart Money Concepts video with a strategy that you guys already probably have seen. And then on top of that, I'll try to edit it out tonight so I can push it out for you guys tomorrow. It'll be a lot of work, but if I'm really stressed out, I'll go watch Monday Night Football. But I don't think the Monday Night Football game is going to be anything crazy, so we'll see. I'll if I got any stress, I'll get rid of it at the gym. Just start punching some bag or something like that, right? So happy to see all of you guys in here. I appreciate you guys joining in and talking with me. It means the world when you guys communicate. It means that I can keep on doing this as far as like going back and forth. I cannot talk to an empty room. It feels so weird. I don't know how I did it back in the day. I have no idea how I did it back in the day. In fact, back in the day, we were just watching charts together and I wasn't really saying as much. It's only when it became more of a show to think about what I wanted to say and stuff like that. Much more complicated. So, see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your night. But it does feel good that we knew this was coming down, right? It does feel good that we knew it was coming down.